Depression is fear of the past. Anxiety is fear of the future. So the whole thing that I'm approaching is fear itself. Okay, as you can see, believe in love, because love's the opposite of fear. So right now, most of you are operating in a place of fear. This is why you lack the self-confidence. This is why you're triggered. This is why you're reactive to your parents or toxic family members. The point is to get to a place of empowerment, which is a place of love, okay? Grounded in love. Now, that doesn't mean that you're a pushover or a flake, so don't think that for a minute. Being in a place of love is self-empowering. Just means that you've learned how important your energy is, and you've also learned that you're not going to just give it away to everybody. Because toxic people are reactive people who are purposely triggering you, so you'll react and feed them your energy. Okay? So that's a whole other topic that we are going to start really focusing in on. Hold on, my cat wants to come in. Come on. All right. Thank you for that. So let's talk about what's the difference between emotional health and mental health. So society has sort of lumped emotional health into mental health. All right. Now, again, I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm not a, psychiatrist or specialized in that. I am an energy expert, and I know about energy. And I also know that healing has to happen on 4 components: your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual. So mental and emotional is a whole other component of healing, okay? But we seem to hear a lot about mental health, and depression and anxiety are lumped into that. Now, here's why. Because mental health, think about it, is mental, is your thoughts and your thinking, okay? So that's mental health. Emotional health is about your heart and your feelings and your emotions, okay? So typically we always get emotionally sick before we get physically sick, because here's what happens. Think about the way you're feeling right now about a toxic parent. The thoughts are coming as a result of how you feel about them, all right? So the feelings actually start in the heart and the emotions, okay? So remember what I always say. Every decision we make is based on fear or love. Fear lives in the mind, love lives in the heart. So children begin with love. That's where they're conceived in love. They start with the essence and the frequency of love. Then, as they're growing up, the parent instills their fear into the child, and the child learns fear. Because if you watch a child in the beginning, when they're babies, they're fearless. So parents have to protect them from getting hurt, so they instill fear. Now, fear is not the enemy, and fear is not bad, because it keeps us from doing stupid things or to hurt ourselves. So fear, it's whenever something becomes out of balance, when we have too much fear or too much, I don't want to say too much love, but in a place of too much peace, where you're not moving and you're not contributing and you're not active. We could be so docile that we're not doing anything. So it's whenever something becomes out of balance. What you want to achieve is balance in your life, all right? A little bit of fear to keep you safe and keep you motivated, keep you on your toes, okay? And a bit of love so that you feel happy, joyous, and content with your life, all right? You're not seeking love in all the wrong places. So basically that's where it starts. It starts in the heart chakra, our feelings, right? So when we don't feel good or happy or whatever, or we feel unloved, it's really about the lack of love, right? So when we don't feel loved, and in our cases, when we have toxic parents, chances are you're not feeling loved. Feeling stressed, you're feeling unimportant, devalued, you're feeling invisible, you're feeling small, you're feeling stuck, right? So when you have those feelings that are negative, that's what creates negative thoughts. So our feelings go into the mind and creates thought process. And the thought process becomes negative. We feel angry, we feel resentful, feel bitter, feel vindictive, we feel we want to get them back, we feel, so all these negative feelings are a result of our emotions. So those are two separate categories, emotional health and mental health, okay? Then our thoughts create our behavior, okay? And then our behavior can cultivate our physical health, okay? So, for instance, I'm pissed off at my mother, this is an example. Pissed off at my mother, she makes me angry, so I'm going to soothe myself by eating a bundle or a barrel of ice cream to make me feel good, but I'm pissed off, so I'm going to get her back. Do you see the cycle spinning? So, feelings, thoughts, negative thoughts, comforting yourself, and revenge, right? Now let's flip it around. Loving thoughts, I love my mother. I reminisce about great memories that we have, right? I want to do something kind for somebody because I feel loving and my physical body is healthy. So I do something that makes me feel good, that's positive, that cultivates more positive feelings, okay? Now, scientists, specialists, whoever can argue that with me, and I'm happy to go and debate that with them. But from my healing perspective, all the damage starts in the heart, right? So we think about, because that's what it is. So really and truly, the answer is to make your way back to love, self-love. Okay, it starts with you. That's what the answer is. So that's the difference between mental health and emotional health. So if you're working on your mental health, I can tell you that if you're not working on your emotional health, you're going to stay stuck in those thoughts and that negative thought process. So you want to add that component and start healing your heart. Because if you're just suppressing negative emotions and feelings, well, this is why, the mind, in the words of Joyce Meyer, becomes a battlefield. Because that's why people keep processing negative thoughts. Because they're not dealing with the stuck emotions. You have to heal the stuck emotions. All right? Otherwise, you're just kidding yourself. So this is why I'm working with those emotions to help you heal. So that's what I specialize in. That's my thing. Okay? Love is my thing. So I'm also, so that hopefully answers your question and makes very clear about mental health is not the same as emotional health. Okay? It's your thoughts, your process. Emotional health are your feelings. Okay? Typically, let's think about it. If you don't feel up to it, you don't feel motivated, you don't feel good about things, you're not going to change things. You're going to stay stuck. Now here's something I found as well with a lot of clients. There's two types of people. Those that say they want to change things and those that actually make the change. Okay? So, if you don't know me already, I'm pretty straight up, very loving, but straight up in your face. And if you're just talking to talk, you're just fooling yourself. You're here for a reason, right? There's now 700 and how many people now? 779 people. And all I'm hearing from are maybe 5. So You got to sit with this and say to yourself, why am I here? It's great that you took the first step to join, but now you got to put some energy into it if you're serious about healing your situation. I've been looking at some of the posts that people are putting, and it's basically talking about their stories. And there's one common denominator with all the stories. It's all about letting a toxic person take your power, making you feel small, okay? And why are we doing that? Because we're not empowered ourselves, that we subconsciously believe that some of what they're saying is actually true about ourselves. You've grown to accept this negativity, okay? And the only way, which isn't true, the only way you're going to take your power back, take your energy back, is by doing the work with yourself and restoring the relationship with yourself, okay? I know you hear this all the time, self-love, self-love, but it's not a joke. The bottom line is your relationship with yourself, even before your children, because some of you have children, even before, you can't be a good parent and you can't love your children if you don't love yourself. If you don't practice on yourself and know what unconditional love is, how the hell are you going to love your children unconditionally? You're not. And you'll end up becoming what you actually despise. You'll end up hearing the words that your toxic mother said or your father said. You will become what you don't want to. Trust me when I tell you this. So, oh my God, Rita, what do I do? You got to fix it. You got to reclaim the love within yourself that exists. You are a beautiful person. You are an amazing human being. There's no one else on the planet like you, okay? Go and look for them. There's billions of people on the planet. There's not one person that thinks like you, acts like you, has the gifts and talents that you have. So don't waste it. You're here for a reason, okay? So here's a wake-up call. It's time to restore the relationship with yourself. Fall in love with yourself again. You know, what happens to us, and it happened to me as well, is you're listening to all the negativity. And remember, what you focus on grows. So if you hear something negative about yourself, that's all you're going to see when you're wounded. But when you're strong and you're healthy, you accept that part of yourself. You accept the good part, the bad part, and the not so pretty part about yourself. And you just are at peace with it, okay? But right now, most of you, and this is why you're here, okay, are reactive. You're losing energy to that toxic person, and you're just, getting angry and upset and all that stuff. So that's basically what I'm saying to you, is that I love the stories. I love that you're opening up, that you're downloading. This is the first step, coming clean with what's going on. Talking to other people, sharing. For the other 700 people, I want to start hearing from you, okay? You're here for a reason. Let's get the ball rolling. September's a powerful month. It's the beginning of the last quarter. So let's finish strong. Let's make some good changes so that the new year, okay, you're going to be in a place of empowerment. And now than ever before, we need to stay strong in love, because all we're seeing out there is fear, okay? And if you're already operating in fear, negativity, anger, then you're just going to lose even more energy to what's going on in society, okay? Because we need to take that power back. And the only way you're going to do it is reclaim yourself, okay? Be strong in who you are, and this way your mind will be clear to make the decisions that you need to. You're not making decisions out of anger or resentment or fear or anxiety or depression, okay? You're making clear, concise decisions that are good for you and good for your family. Okay? So I hope that makes sense to you. So I'm going to sign off. And again, download your comments. I need to hear from you so I can know what it is we need to work on. Number 2, if you haven't filled out that poll that's on the top, 3 quick questions, take a moment to do that, okay? Because I want to see where you're at. Because we're going to focus a lot on anxiety, depression, okay, anger, negative feelings, and we gotta grab those and heal them and move forward with them and actually transform them into energy that's powerful, not pitiful. Okay, we gotta take our power back. All right. So I hope you found today's talk helpful. Leave your comments. Talk to me. Reach out. Let me know what you need for me to help you. Okay. The other thing I want to say, if you haven't already, go on to thefunctionalfamily.ca. There's all kinds of good stuff to help you reclaim yourself. What I'd like you to consider is getting a family stress recovery call. So that's where you and I can speak freely for 30 minutes. You could download and I could give you some recommendations on what I think you need to do next to help you in the healing process. Okay? So, again, speaking about it's great, but now you gotta put some energy into it. You have to actually, if you want to get better and improve your life, you gotta put some skin in the game. And I'm here to help you. Okay? So book your free stressful. There's no cost. Just, this also tells me that you're serious about it. And it also tells you that you're serious about it. That you're not just talking the talk. Let's walk the walk. Let's do it. Okay? So, in the meantime, I want you to have a wonderful week. Stay in the light of love. Don't lose energy to fear. Reach out if you have any questions. And otherwise, I will see you next Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock, live on Tuesday Talks. Stay well. God bless you. You're amazing. This too will pass. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now.